Canadian Rockies Public Schools has been focused on nurturing instructional excellence and the conception of inspiring hearts and minds since the year 2007. This work is extremely important because what it does is it brings to life the two main aspects of research that we know that improve student achievement. The first being the quality of teacher in the classroom, and the second being the degree that the administration or principal of the school works with those teachers to support their learning. The professional learning journey is for everyone within the organization, from the superintendent down. The work that our principals are doing originated from unpacking the competencies for the school leader standards for Alberta. From working with these standards, we've developed a process or a tool to use for improving their practice in the company of teachers. At Canadian Rockies, we refer to this process as nurturing excellence in instruction and leadership, affectionately known as the NEIL process.
So you may be wondering what the NEIL inquiry rounds look like. Well, to begin with, we had all of our administrators and our assistant administrators in our schools come together, and they participated as the observers and the administrators within the NEIL observations. All our teachers who were involved in the NEIL rounds this year did so on a voluntary basis.
So how does this unfold in the classroom? Well, it's a series of observations and conversations. So we begin with an initial conversation between the principal and the teacher around their respective areas of growth that they're working on. Next, there's a pre-observation conversation where everyone's role and goals are well defined. So the teacher identifies the areas of feedback and evidence that they're looking for in terms of their identified area of growth, and the principal identifies the same, the area of growth and the evidence that they're looking for.
The next step takes place in the classroom, where the principal and the observers partake in part of a class where the teacher carries on with instruction as normal. The principal will do what the teacher has requested of them. They'll talk to the students, watch the teacher, look for evidence. And the observers, in turn, will also look for evidence.
Next, we have a post-observation conversation where the principal and the teacher have an evidence-informed conversation regarding what happened. Then, and here's the new twist on the learning, the observers give feedback to the principal about the effectiveness of their formative feedback.
One of the most important pieces is the teacher themselves have the opportunity now to give feedback to the principal on the information that they have received from the principal. And it creates this climate of trust that happens between the two individuals, which is extremely important in this whole process.
We often found at this point in time that the two, the principal and the teacher, began a collaborative process where they engaged in instructional learning together.
And finally, all the teachers debrief together about the process, what they found useful, and that feedback also goes back to the principals about the effectiveness of the conversations and the whole process.
While this is going on in another area, the principals gather all of the administrators and they go through a debrief as well, where they look at the process and the effectiveness of it and how it is improving their leadership. They have a chance to reflect and further discuss and refine the process so that the next time we engage in the NEIL process within the classrooms, it's a stronger, more effective practice.
And I think a lot of this work is derived from the fact that we realize now that we're living in a different time and students learn differently now. And we want our staff to be able to adjust to how our students are learning in the 21st century. And these opportunities for professional learning and working on their practice and working with their staff and with their administration is extremely beneficial. In my career, I have not seen an entire culture of a school system move forward at once at all levels, from senior administration down through all of the teaching ranks. It's a special moment to watch, to see the evolution and the change that is occurring through a large number of folks within our organization.